in. Okay, so that second question. So now we're talking about patience today. So this series, we've been doing a series on patience, especially during this time and out of this time. I think it's something that we can all do or have. Today's one is patience with marriage, you know, and you guys, you're on, and I'm sure a lot of people are on, ready to just hear how they can be better in being patient. What does it mean to walk in patience with one another? What do you guys personally think? So I'm going to ask both of you to answer that. It might cross between, but like, kind of just. So what does it mean to walk in patience?
So I think we often can like look at patience as being something passive and something that you just like have, or you just, you know, but I think patience is extremely active. You have to choose to be patient. And it's probably a skill that you've got to grow. And I think for me the best way in, or the best way to start doing that is to and actually this is an answer for a lot of things, I think, but to be able to see from another perspective. You can't have patience for something that you don't understand, or for someone that you don't understand. So like, you know, if when it comes to marriage, I'll do my best to try and understand where Faith is coming from, and understand, you know, what situation she's currently in. Is it because of some job that's coming up? Is it because it's an audition's coming that she's, you know, really kind of trying to get through, and something that, you know, might take you a minute, might take you 4 hours, but I was like, you just, because if you understand where like the other person's headspace is at, or what's going on for them, then you can more easily make the choice to be patient. And I think it is all about it's all about perspective and choice for me.
I think it's definitely, you definitely have to choose that in different, whenever we're discussing anything or trying to figure out what we're doing. I think like I had to learn that Paul and I, we're on the same team,
right?
And so I never want to win. I don't want to win. I want us to have peace. So it's not about me being right. It's about both of us coming to an understanding in something. And I think when in the earlier stages, it was more about me getting it right, and you say sorry, and then it's that, and then so, but actually I found a lot more peace when I could go, right, okay, so this is actually what I did, this is what I'm doing wrong, or this is what I'm not being able to understand, and I think you're trying to say this, and is that actually what you're trying to say? And it's got to a thing where I never want to take what you're saying, like, just I never want to get a certain answer if it's not truth. Like, I always want the truth from you, and I always want to hear what you really have to say, because I know we have a happier future, and I think you've got to have patience daily to ensure that you have a better future together. I know what happened when I chose to be patient and wait on what God says, and the relationship, like this relationship is this result, and I can say that this is good, and this relationship is good, and it's of God, and I know what that seems like. So and that's because I knew God before this. So I would just say, just focus on God, choose to be patient, choose Him, choose to be sensitive to what He's telling you He has planned for your future, because it's going to be so much better in the long run to what you have for yourself. So that's what I would say about that section. And then what's the second section?
I would, on the other side of that though, she bigged me up a lot there. Faith said she had a list, right? Of these things that she wanted her husband to be. And I remember there was this one time we were waiting for I was a weird place, but we were waiting for church once, and I remember it was Faith and I and I think there was a friend there. Actually, I think we remember this a bit differently, but
there was a friend there, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a friend there.
But Faith actually said described her future husband.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I don't know why
we weren't together.
We weren't together at all. Like, it was nothing. And I just remember, I don't know why, but I just felt convicted. Like, I felt so downhearted because like those descriptors weren't me. And I was like, oh wow. So then you kind of go, cool. So it we all have this idea of a perfect partner and who we want them to be, but at the same time we can also go, right, but they're looking for someone perfect too. So like, let's work on, you know,
Yeah.
who we are. Let's work
Yeah.
on our relationship with God. Let's,
Yeah.
Right.
let's try and be the person that we would want to be with.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, because even though it was funny because I'm talking to you about marrying you, but at that time it's not you,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he's a work in progress at that time, and then you had to
Still.
go on your own relationship. You had to go on your own journey with God,
Yeah.
and find your own relationship with God, so that you could become that person, and that's when it just worked, and there we were.
That is good. I love it. That is so cool.